Mr. Autori. I'm Robert Smith. I go to Mediamus High School, and this is my persuasive speech. Hello, I'm Robert Smith, and today I'm going to talk about online classes versus traditional classes. And what I'm trying to push is to persuade you guys to more so open up to the online classes. Because a lot of people, they immediately think this is going to be a lot harder, and it is, but it's also more flexible with your schedule. A lot of people, watching it online, had a whole test as far as how, if it would suit you or not. And a lot of it depends on, I think it's generational as well, because younger generations are more versed with technology and stuff like that, whereas the older generations aren't so much. So they see a computer and they get real worried about that, whereas the younger people are like, okay, I can deal with this. And that was one of the major factors, that along with if you have a computer at home, because that would be, it's a lot more difficult if you have to do all your classes in one area, versus if you can take it with you and do it in multiple areas, which is the point of the whole online class. It's flexible and it fits your schedule. Another good thing about online classes would be that you can take it even if it's not locally available. This year I was taking stats, which we don't have at school, and we can take it online, and that counts towards college credits. And so you can work ahead, and that was another thing. It's kind of high risk, high reward. It's a bit harder, but it's also going to help you in the long run, and you can take it whenever. And that was one of the downsides that I looked at, that was on a web article that I read, that it was also in the theoretical practice of online learning. They were talking about if you can't self-motivate yourself to do this, then you're going to have issues with it. Because it's a lot easier to slack when no teacher's yelling at you. If you're failing an online class, no one's yelling at you saying, hey, this is bad. You're just stuck with it. And so that was one of the main issues that was from that. Along with that, they had a lot of people like face-to-face interactions, which I get, but at the same time, if you can email someone, I found that to be a lot easier than coming in and finding that teacher versus having to go and you can just shoot them an email and they get it instantly and they can respond instantly. And I think it also depends on the class as far as everything goes. Some people learn differently. If you have a teacher in the room, they'll learn better than reading it. And that was another thing that Washington Online had, was they were talking about your reading comprehension skills. If you have better reading comprehension, then you're probably going to do better in that class because you're going to be able to interpret the data better yourself versus a teacher having to go and explain it to you. So what I'm trying to get at in total here is that online classes, they're going to fit your schedule better. You're just better off taking those because it's more advanced, it's going to push you. You can get better credits for it. And then if you can handle the workload, you could take, whereas say a regular class would take an hour of your day out, you could fit several classes into 1 hour versus going, so 3 hour time span, you could do way more online classes than you could traditional classes. And a lot of traditional classes, I feel the time's not as well spent. Online classes, you would have to manage your time well, whereas in a traditional class, you could have a test one day and then chill out for the rest of the hour. And nothing would really get done, whereas online class, if you take your test and you get done with it, you're rewarded by being able to be done early, and then you can go on your way and either work on your next online class or do whatever else you have to do that day. Say you have a part-time job as well, or if you're going back to college, it fit older people's schedules better because they're at their job, they're having their kids and all that fun stuff. That way they can log on whenever and do their stuff then, which is also a time management issue, but if you can handle it, it works a lot better. So I hope you guys take the online classes better than traditional classes. Thank you for listening.